On today's elevator parts project, I'm working on this Otis Cartop station. Let's go ahead and get started. So this Cartop station features the standard Cartop controls, the inspection switch, emergency stop, or just the stop switch, up, down, and enable. So enable down makes it go down, enable up makes it go up. There's nothing to wire on this, no lights, none of that sort of thing. So this is mainly just going to be a detail look and restoration, because if you take a look at the box here, it's pretty dirty. There's paint starting to fall off of it, especially around here and in here on the buttons. And there's just general dirt and kind of grime. So let's go ahead and open this thing up and see how it works, and then we'll get going on with the restoration. So there's 6 screws. There's these 4 here. Now these are only holding on these little fins. The main 2 we're after are the ones on the sides. Once those 2 screws are removed, the top comes off, revealing the inside. So just like all their black buttons for Otis, the buttons themselves are mounted to the plate. So these will have to be individually taken off. But we can now see inside of here at how this works. And there's a couple screws just hanging out in here. So dumping it out, we get the 2 screws and a lot of dust. So the inspection, here's this little ring here, and it's just a standard toggle switch. Emergency stop is a much larger switch, and it's kind of interesting how this works. When you move it, you can see the contact part actually moves up and down, the whole thing does. And then there are the buttons. So there are 2 contacts per button. So these are for down, these are for enable, and these are for up. So overall, it's a rather simple system, and it uses the same kind of mounting bracket that other Otis buttons use. And now for the top, I gotta take these buttons off. And like I said before, you just have to unscrew these backs and they pop right off. So each button consists of the button cap and then this little screw for the back, and that's what holds it in. And then there's these little metal pieces on the inside that hold these in. So these are gonna be staying in here. I can't really pop these out easily because they're kind of stuck in there, but we can still paint around this and clean around it. So next we gotta take off the metal parts, and that's simple enough. Just the nuts on either side, and there's 4 of those. So now it's time for the restoration, and you can see here that this part is really nasty. This is the front cover. So what I'm gonna do is try to get some of this paint off as much as I can, get the dirt off. I'm not going to get all the paint off. I don't think that's completely necessary, but just the spots that are flaking off and look kind of bad, get that taken off. And then I'm gonna repaint this whole front. I'm also gonna paint around the sides here, so I'm gonna do kind of the same thing. So clean the sides and also the top, just to make this box look a little bit nicer as well. And then these are gonna get cleaned up as well because they're pretty dirty. And the buttons don't need too much work. I'll just wipe them down and they'll hopefully press a little bit better. And here we have it, a nicely restored Otis black button Cartop station. This thing definitely looks a whole lot better now that it's been repainted, and I sanded up the metal, so the metal looks nice and shiny now. So I hope you enjoyed looking at this little restoration project and seeing the inside of one of these old Cartop stations. They're rather simple, and this will definitely display very nicely. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.